Okay, let's see. Oh my God. May you have an opening of a new pot in this moment. So the wine is produced in Stellenbosch, and I partnered with the farm and I branded under my brand. So I actually labeled the wine myself, and they showed me the blends and I picked the blend that I like of the capsule. And we have a vintage one and a non-vintage. So the wine comes from Stellenbosch. I chose Stellenbosch because I love the way it is in the morning and the clouds, and it has like a little bit of wet soil, and I just appreciate the grapes were coming there in mostly of the wines that I drink before, and I like the feeling there if I'm jogging or cycling, and that's why I chose the space, because it reminds me so much of myself and what I like to do. I come from Durban. I'm a Durban girl, and I come from Umlazi. And I moved to Joburg when I was, I think, 18. And I've been into Joburg. I stayed in London, so I've been back and forth. Do you know, when I first actually was drinking wine a lot, I usually did like grapes that are coming from Stellenbosch, especially when I was in UK, because I was far away from home, and actually they highlighted South African wine a lot in South Africa. So that's when I found the interest of wine, and I started drinking wine a lot when I was staying there. I stayed there in 3 years, for 3 years in Grace. And when I came back, I knew that I wanted to have my own wine brand. So the name of my wine comes from my daughter's name. My daughter, she's the only child, and my business started from the jewelry business. I do high-end jewelry. My company is a high-end jewelry company, and then we ventured into wine. Why we chose wine? Because of our slogan. Our slogan is from the soil to the palm of your hand. So we're trying to create luxury using 100% African products that are coming from African soil. So we're trying to do 100% African high-end luxury brand that's using natural, authentic products from our soul of Africa and telling people our story. Yes, now if you look at our bottle on the behind in the label when we speak about our story, the diamonds come from the soil, and the same friction you have to wait, and when the stone is under the ground, it has to form heat so it can create a diamond. With the grapes, you have to let them mature and actually keep them in storage in one place. So the process is like pressure. So we try to compare the diamond process to the wine process, which is a little bit similar but different at the same time. Yeah. So it's all patient and time, and that brings more value to the product. Because it's Amile, and then it has the diamond, or the diamond on top. So in that diamond on top, we actually put a diamond powder on it here. So we do have the vintage range, and then we have the one that someone can drink, but it's 2020. Still, it's actually 2020 now, we're in 2023. So it still has the little bit of oldness and not fresh and new grapes. It's like it's stored already. So I do believe in that, yeah. Basically what's special with my wine, I like wine that has a nice ending, because if it does, even if it's a reasonable price wine, but I shouldn't be feeling like I need like the ending to be smooth. So I always make sure that my wine has that smooth ending. Yeah. I actually did a strange pairing. I did Mokwane worms with my wine. We were doing a Proudly SA Expo. And I paired it with Mokwane worms, and people enjoyed it. And then we did biscuits with Mokwane worms, because there's another science thing that we're trying to do to introduce the healthy lifestyle, because Mokwane has so much protein and so much going on inside that it's very not nice to eat it as like that. So we're trying to create fun ways, and we did pair it with my wine, and it was a nice combination, and people actually found it like very exciting and different and very African at the same time. Okay, so this is our rosé. It's in actually macro online, and it's the most seller, so that's why I brought it today, so people can actually, I want to thank people for actually buying this wine. The pink pink ribbon is because I'm doing an awareness for cancer people. So I always put the ribbon, and I started it in Women's Month to put the ribbon on the wine. So people were enjoying it a lot and they were ordering it. And thank you guys for your support, supporting this rosé and enjoying it as well. So it's a rosé that comes from Pinotage. That it will have a fine tasting, a little bit of vintage feel, but sweet as well, but not a natural sweet as well. So this wine is very in between. Yeah, it's like a semi-sweet, but a little bit sweeter than semi-sweet. So it's like, it plays in your mouth. It's very nice with dessert. So yeah, it depends how you feel. So it has, when you smell it, has the fruity flavor on it. And it has that, it has the, I think not mint, but it's like lychee kind of smell in the end. And that comes from like how we want it to end, to be a little bit of sweet. So it does smell like that, but it's very fruity, the smell of the wine. Very easy on the mouth. You're not gonna have a headache the next morning. If you wanna have a headache, this is not the wine. So I'm not I don't like sweet stuff like cakes, but the red velvet, I think it will go well with the red velvet. And then sometimes I have it with the green salad with pineapples, because I'm more into like the organic stuff, yeah. So I went to UK when I started having interest. I went there to study 3D CAD. I'm a jeweler. And I stayed in UK for 3 years, and you know, you get homesick because the weather is bad. The only excitement was just on Friday when you go to the shelves and go and drink wine. So I like how they put like South African wine and it's in the shelves and everything. And why I chose wine as well, because it comes from my soul of Africa as well, and it's luxury. And when you go to the polo games, all my clients, my high-end clients, they buy jewelry in South Africa or everywhere in the world. They go for polo games, they're drinking wine, they're watching polo games. So it's quite a lifestyle. So that's what I wanted to create, a lifestyle brand that supports 100% African product that comes from African soul, to just create luxury in a different form of way, that you don't need to leave South Africa to have luxury. I started studying, I went to actually study about wine, and I started researching and then following the groups that actually can assist me to know more about wine. And actually the field is not more different than the jewelry business, because it's family-orientated businesses. So it's because my family doesn't come from a jewelry background and the wine background, so I have to learn more and be more informed. So it was more of a learning experience and a challenge to me and myself, and Amile, so I'm willing to take the challenge. Yeah, and it was quite interesting. I met beautiful people. I came to Cape Town. Actually, I started with, I think, 3 farms, but smaller, because I wanted to do only vintage. And in the later stage, I'm like, okay, maybe if I'm now going on retail, maybe I'll have like a little bit of commercial wine as well. But the branding is quite different. If you see my wine, it has a diamond here, but this is more the commercial one that sells on macro. So the other one has the powder on it. It still excites me because I actually love drinking and meeting new people and socializing. And it's good to do a business and actually have a bottle of wine and drink. And when people are a little bit tipsy, then you have to, you understand, you feel like family, you understand them more. So, and then you decide like, oh, do I want to do business with this person? Is it the family I want or not? Because business is built in relationships. The thing that surprised me, it's how it was so like the diamond business, where it's like more family orientated and passed down. So when you're new, it's really hard to get in the industry. So I was shocked in that way. I was thinking I was just going to enter the farm and like, yeah, let's taste it, let's then bottle it. But it's a little bit more cultured, like actually the jewelry business. So yeah, I had to learn a lot. It's a capsule 2020, and it has a mint flavor on the end and a little bit of chocolatey. It's good combination with the steak, and beside the steak, I do it with pasta as well. My favorite red meat with this one is the steak, because my nickname is Steaky. Back home they call me Steaky, so maybe I'm attracted. Because my other friend was like, every time you're ordering a steak, I'm like, maybe because I'm Steaky, my nickname is Steaky. So yeah, basically I eat it with the steak and half done, so it actually goes well with that. It has that spicy thing going on as well, which I love. Yeah. So I like Shirexly glasses because it tastes much better on that, and because it's a crystal, so maybe I connect more. I think you have to just more research about good wine. And besides researching, maybe visit vineyards, taste wine more, go to wine tastings, and then the wine speaks to your heart. I think then you pick from there and then you start collecting because it's a lifestyle as well. You meet new people, it's a social thing as well. So having fun and doing your collection. So maybe think fun if it's the first thing. The best way to discover new wine is to visit wine expos and go to wine tastings, or maybe form a group with your friends, change restaurants and see their menu, what pairings they're doing with great wine, and yeah, start from there. I want to send the invitation to people from Durban that there is Amile wine coming from back home. But they do support me a lot in macro, but they support me more with the rosé. But did have an experience with the red wine as well and see how your life can be. The first exciting thing that's coming actually, when I started this brand, I started with the Penitage, so I'm bringing it back, the vintage Penitage, and then we're gonna be in Take a Lot from next month, and that's more exciting for us as well, that it brings more access to our wine, and we're already on macro as well, macro online, and I think next year we'll be on the shelves, yeah. May you have an opening of a new part in this moment. I think I'm ready for new beginnings because I am 34, I'm gonna turn 35, I'm close to 40 maybe. So I'm ready for new beginnings. I'm in between youth, they say, and, yeah, so I'm actually ready for the new beginning and where life takes me. I think when you're in your 30s, you learn yourself more, and so that's a nice part. You're not confused about who you are. So I love that. I love this moment, and I'm looking forward for more of Thabisile in future. Yeah. Cheers.